What does perfect even mean? Is there even such a thing? Ooh, can we switch up all the rules and imagine a utopia?
Morning everybody. Morning check-in from the road. I am in Pennsylvania. I stayed at a park and ride for the night last night. I was up late chatting with hubby on the phone before I fell asleep. So I got a late night. I didn't get parked until 10, and I didn't get to sleep till I think 1. It just took a long time for me to get my car situated and settled, and me and Devin talked for a while. So I've already been back on the road for a bit this morning. I got back on the road after I brushed my teeth and changed, and found a rest stop. I just pulled over for the rest stop because I didn't have one where I stayed for the night. So yay, rest stop. So I'm pulling over to check in with parents so they know I'm okay. And I'm letting hubby sleep because he's exhausted, and he's going to check in with me when he wakes up. And I am hoping to cover a lot of ground again today. If I get the pull to pull over and look at stuff, I'm going to. But for the most part, I'm going to try to just get as much driving in again today as possible, because it's going to be a heat wave today. And I'm just trying to get to the other side of it as fast as possible, because it seems like it's cooler out west than it's going to be where I am currently today. So I woke up this morning at 6 o'clock. It was already 70 degrees, if that tells you anything. So I'm going to go to the bathroom, and then I'm going to get back on the road. Peace, peeps. So I just wanted to record a little bit every once in a while I'm driving on this journey about things that come to me while I'm driving, because I have a hard time remembering everything that comes to me. A lot of stuff comes to me. So while I was driving, I'm seeing a lot of the effects of the decline of the economy right now on the highway. And I didn't think I was going to see this, in all honesty. This is kind of surprising. As I'm going by exits, you'll get these big signs that'll tell you that things that are coming up on the next exit, so you know if you want to get off or not. And I'm seeing a lot of signs, especially the ones that have the food on them. A lot of the things that were on there have been removed. So many businesses are going out of business, and most of the times, a lot of these are big chains. Some of them I don't recognize, because this isn't an area I'm familiar with. I'm used to stuff we have in Maine. But I'm looking at one right now, and there's 3 things removed from that sign. Because they're gone out of business. And I went by one town, and there was nothing for food on that sign. There was exit signs. It was here's your gas, here's your lodging, here's your camping. No food though. There was a food board, but there was nothing on it. I was don't go there to eat. There's no food. So I'm shocked. I'm seeing all I'm curious how much I'm going to see the further I go, if it's certain states are worse than others, because I've noticed it so far in Pennsylvania and New York a lot. I wasn't really on the highway much with the exits. I wasn't on big highways in New Hampshire and Vermont very much. I took a lot of the scenic route that way. But once I started getting on the highway, I'm now noticing it. So I'm kind of be interested to see if it stays that consistent all the way across my journey, or if it gets better the closer I get to the West Coast, or maybe more red-winged blackbirds. I'm surrounded by red-winged blackbirds this whole journey so far. I don't know if there's just an overabundance of them this year or something, but they're everywhere. I'm having deja vu a lot with red-winged blackbirds. As I'm saying this, 2 just flew over the car. I've seen at least 4 since I started talking about it in this video. If I started counting birds, I'd probably be at 100 right now already just red-winged blackbirds. This isn't counting like crows and ravens. I'm seeing a lot of crows and ravens as well. A lot of blackbirds though. And I feel like that it's a symbolism for me of the shadow work that I'm doing. I don't know why, but people associate blackbirds with like darkness and shadows, which I think is a misconception. I think they're actually very bright, beautiful birds, especially the red-winged ones, the red-winged blackbirds. But there's been a lot of red-winged blackbirds lately, and even before I left, like at my house, I have a couple in my yard, and I like to listen to them. They have a really cute call. I like their chirp. Yeah, I feel like it represents the shadow work that I'm currently working on in my life, and that's why I'm seeing a lot of them maybe. I'm gonna have to look up when I stop again, when I'm able to safely get on my phone again. I'm gonna have to look up if there's any symbolism or meaning behind the red-winged blackbird specifically, or if it's the same as what it would be for just a regular blackbird. I know that there's different symbolism between crow and raven, but I have never really looked and compared the different bird symbolisms, honestly. So I'm kind of gonna have to look that up, because I'm kind of curious now what it is that it represents. So lots of red-winged blackbirds, like a lot. Like they seem to be following me, and I'm not looking for them. They're like making it very blatantly obvious that they're here, to the point they're swooping in front of my car, not like close, but enough that I can see they're in my peripherals. And then I've had a few of them on the side of the road doing things. I don't know what they're doing exactly. Like, I don't know if they're like on the ground looking for something or what, but yesterday in particular, I was driving and there was a red-winged blackbird I saw on the ground on the shoulder of the highway, hopping around. I wasn't sure what in the world it was doing, and I'm gonna go by this tractor trailer truck. He's going very slow. And it was hopping around doing something on the shoulder, and then I swear, not even a mile, maybe a half a mile down the road, there was another one, same exact spot pretty much, on the shoulder, doing the same thing. I don't know what it was doing, but it was doing the same thing, and it was like, I felt like I was in the Matrix, and I had deja vu, and I was like, whoa, what the hell's going on? But then I started noticing them more after that. I was like, oh my god, why are there so many? Like, do we just have an overabundance this year, or is it just me? They're just everywhere. Red-winged blackbirds. They're beautiful. I love them. So yeah, I got a favorite bird at the moment, I guess, that wants to stay with me. So I'm going to take the red-winged blackbird with me on this journey as my spirit animal, I guess. It has made itself very clear that it's here. And I'm very much resonant with birds, so I'm okay with this. So yeah. I also feel like I'm healing my masculine on this journey. My feminine, I've done a lot of work on over the last few years. Healing my relationship with my mother was part of that. Accepting a lot of things and letting go of a lot of things and forgiving, and not just her but myself. So I've healed a lot of my feminine, and for the first time in my entire life, I've been able to actually embrace my feminine, which has been very difficult my entire childhood and adult life. I've had a lot of things happen in my life that has wounded my feminine, and I finally feel like I'm whole again in that sense of embracing my feminine and healing. There's always more layers that I haven't unpacked yet, I'm sure. There's always more healing. There's always more that we haven't discovered yet. Our whole life is a journey of healing and discovery, and it never ends. We'll never reach the peak. It's just an endless journey until we pass on to the next journey, the next chapter, next soul quest. But yeah, I feel like I'm healing my masculine a lot on this journey. I have been put in my masculine to survive for most of my life. And it's time to heal it. It's time to be in my masculine because I want to, not because I have to. Yeah, so it's just a lot of embracing both halves of myself. I do have some healing to do with my relationship with my father. That's what I'm currently in the process of healing. I have to forgive some things and accept some things. And find healthy boundaries. Yeah. So that's what I'm getting already. My first 2 hours of daylight since I've been up. So it's already a big start to the day. All right, peeps, back to the road. Hey guys, it is hot out here. I made it to Ohio. Check it out. Ready? We're in Ohio. And they've got really good music. I'm gonna sit under this tree for a minute. Oh look, there's holes in it. Alright, this tree's gonna be my friend for a little bit. Alright, let me flip you back around. Alright. We are in Ohio. I stopped to take a break. I was getting a little bit tired. Eyes are getting a little bit heavy. Didn't sleep as much last night as I thought I was gonna. So I'm taking a break so I don't overdo it. I saw a stop that was right after I think it's the guest center for coming into Ohio. So I needed the bathroom and a leg stretch, so I stopped here to refill. They have a water bottle refill in here, so yay, I was able to refill my bottle. Or hydrating because it is very hot today. It's already 85 and it is 10:30 in the morning. So it's gonna get hotter. I was hoping to get through this heat wave, but looks like I'm doing all right with the window down so far. I rode with the AC on a little bit, and then I forgot I had the AC on. I've been usually using just the window down so I could save on gas mileage. But I decided to roll the window down after having the AC on for a little while, because I like the wind, I like the breeze. It's part of the experience. So nothing new to really report. I've been thinking about a lot of stuff, nothing major, just a lot of little things. I'm tapping into Izzy at the moment. I'm starting to get a sense of how I'm carrying my grief with me in the next chapter now. Got a little clarity in the last couple hours. I got the sense of Izzy's spirit being with me to help me relive my teen years, I guess. Because the teen years are the ones that I feel I got robbed of. And my daughter also got robbed of. So we're kind of living them together, if that makes sense. She's here with me spiritually, helping me relive those teen years I never got, in a sense. I'm trying to tap into my inner child, and right now I'm really resonating with my teen angst, I guess. So, yeah. We are gonna sit here for a little bit longer and get some air and stretch, and then we'll be back on the road. I think I am 70-ish miles from Cleveland. A little over 70 miles from Cleveland, and the next rest stop was 40 miles away, so I was like, yeah, it's a good time to stop. So I'm not sure if I'm gonna stop at the next rec stop or not. It depends on how I'm feeling and where it is. I've been kind of like scoping out each rest stop along the way just to see what like the view is. I wish they had more rest stops with pretty views. This one's nice. Oh, even though it's like the welcome center, but like it's just, you know, it's trees and it's grass and it's got good tunes and it's nice. It's just not. I'm hoping I can for a pull-off that's right on Lake Erie so that we can have a lunch break at Lake Erie today. That would be great. Maybe I'll find a swimming spot. So, all right. I'm gonna stretch a little bit and then we're gonna get the show back on the road. Bye, guys. Peeps, how are you? We made it to sunny Indiana. Ah, it's so sunny. And this is our home night 2 of our trip. We have a campsite at a campground and I'm currently working on pitching the tent. So I'm gonna put the camera down and I'm gonna let you guys watch me struggle with this because I thought I was buying a tent that auto pops up all by itself and I was just gonna have to like put it down and nope, that's not the case. So I'm gonna zoom all the way out. I'm gonna see if I can set this in my car. Oh my God, can you guys see from here? My car is such a mess, guys. I don't even want to show it to you, I'm so embarrassed. All right, let's see if I can do this without knocking the phone over. Which way do we go? To the beach. It's like way over on the other side of the property. Okay. It's gonna be a bit of a hike. I'm gonna flip you around so you guys can see. Looks like it's a man-made lake almost. That's kind of cool. Yeah, it's cool. We've arrived. I'm gonna go for a swim. All right, I went swimming. My hair's wet. See? All right, now we are going to go back to camp.
sweet home. Alright, start setting up camp, huh? Hey guys, this is a video diary vlog for day 2, for end of the day. I kind of did like a mini journaling kind of thing earlier when I was driving. So it's not like I'll only do this like once at the end of the day. Just do it whenever it comes to me, I guess. But I'm going to try to do it at the end of every day. I was honestly just about to pass out and not do it at all today, but I'm trying to be consistent and establish this routine for myself. So checking in with myself at the end of each day is important. So for today, today was just physically exhausting because of the heat. I tried not to use my air conditioner the whole day because I didn't want to use up more gas. So I alternated between using the air conditioner for like an hour and then driving with the window down for like 40 minutes, somewhere in there. So I was just kind of, and my air conditioner, I didn't want to turn it up to the full extent that it could do because I didn't want to like kill my car because it's not used to these temperatures. So, and it's not used to driving this long. My car's used to just like hour or 2 trips tops. So we gave the girl a break today. We left around, I want to say 7. I'm not sure exactly what time it was. Might have been later than that. I don't remember, honestly. Yeah, I think it was around 7. And then we found a restroom down the road a little ways. And then we drove. We took a couple of stops for bathroom breaks. And we didn't do any side quests or anything today. I was just intent on getting through the heat. I will say Ohio is the most boring state I've ever driven through. And I'm so glad I'm going back a different way. I don't ever want to drive through Ohio ever again. That was just, that was torture, honestly. I'm sorry, Ohio, but your state is so boring. So I'm in Indiana for night number 2. I'm at a campground. We pulled off for the night around 4 p.m., I think it was. And so that would mean we drove. Did I really drive 9 hours today? I'm gonna have to check my math, and I'll edit that into the video after I check my math on the GPS. I think we drove 9 hours. It didn't feel like I drove 9 hours. Maybe I left later than I thought I did. But yeah, I got here at camp and got a site for the night. And it's funny because there was 2 campgrounds within distance of me because I'm on a highway, and there's been construction on this highway for the last like 13 miles. It's been ridiculous. And I'm in the heat, mind you. We're not like stuck in slow traffic or anything, but it's like, you know, we're stuck in 2 lanes between concrete barriers for part of it, and not pleasant to drive in. I will say though, I am proud of myself because I have horrible anxiety when I drive. I've had horrible anxiety when I drive for most of my life. And yesterday, I will say I had a couple of moments where I got anxious. There was one moment where we got rerouted because I was not on highways at that time. I was on back roads, and I was supposed to take a right over this bridge to get across a river, and then it would lead me into Vermont. It was in New Hampshire, and I was supposed to get over this river and it would be into Vermont. And there was an accident on the bridge to get over the river, and it's a very narrow bridge. So you can't get over the bridge because of the accident. So they're rerouting traffic to the left. So I'm like, okay. So I go and I take a left and I drive a ways down the road, and I pull over and I look at my GPS and I see if I can find an alternate route to get across this river, because my GPS wouldn't reroute me any other way. It just wanted me to turn around and go back. And I can't go that way. The bridge is out. So I look on my GPS and I'm looking, and like there's literally no other way to get across this river and into Vermont unless I want to go a long ways up out of my way north. So I'm like, shit, I guess that's where I gotta go. But my GPS wouldn't let me reroute it there, and I couldn't figure out how to make it go that way. So I was like, okay, I'll just start driving that way, and then maybe it will reroute me automatically eventually once I get in that direction. So I turned down the road that I was originally on, and I went and I got completely discombobulated and turned around and realized that I turned down the same road again. I'd done a complete huge circle, come back down that same road that the accident was on, and by the time I'd come back through, it was only like 15 minutes tops. But by the time I did a big circle and came back unintentionally, I ended up being back at that spot again. And by the time I came back, the accident was taken care of and I could get across the bridge. I was like, oh, well, okay. But I had a bit of anxiety for a minute because I was like, oh my God, I've got to try to navigate this and go another way. And this is going to take me so far north out of my way. And so there was a couple of times when I got anxious when there was a lot of traffic around me. But today was a good day, traffic-wise. Like, I've seemed to be getting the hang of smoothly getting in and out of lanes on highways. I'm starting to get the flow of the truckers and how they drive now, actually. Because there's a lot of tractor-trailer trucks on the highway, and a lot of my driving is going around tractor-trailer trucks and them going around me. And I love cruise control. I have a whole new appreciation for cruise control now after today, because being able to just set it and then take my foot off the wheel and relax and not have to put pressure down on my foot the whole time I'm driving, is wonderful. I've literally used cruise control most of today and a lot of yesterday. Once I got on highways yesterday, it was right on cruise control. Best invention ever. So grateful for that invention. I don't know how it works. I think I need to do a little research and figure out how it works because I'm kind of curious how it works, but it seems to get me really good gas mileage because I've noticed ever since we've gotten out of the mountainous areas and we've gotten on flatter land finally. I think Ohio, we started flattening out. Once we got on flatter land and I started using cruise control all the time, my gas mileage went from 24 miles per gallon when I left Maine, and now I'm at like 29 miles per gallon. So that's how much more miles per gallon I'm getting, and my AC's been on, off and on, because I've been turning that on every couple hours, so... Yeah, so I'm doing pretty good with gas mileage. I've been stopping and filling my tank every time it gets down halfway, so I don't let it get anything below half for the most part. I like to top it off right before I find a place to park for the night. So I'm good on gas in the morning. So I've only had to fill my tank 3 times from half. Well, the first time I was on empty-ish. Yeah, I was on empty the first time, but yeah, so like 2 full tanks of gas so far, and in Indiana, so not too bad. And the prices of gas are slowly getting lower and lower. I do still see it up pretty high above $3 quite often here and there. Shell is still the most expensive gas, even down here. Like I'm noticing, I went and got gas at Shell this morning, and I realized after I got it how much more it was than all the other places around it, and I was like, I knew it was like that up where I lived, but I didn't realize it was like that everywhere. So apparently Shell is just for some reason way more expensive than everybody else. I hope their gas is way better because they're paying so much more for their stupid gas. Yeah, I got gas, doing good with that, and I have not gotten any reading done. I have my bookshelf here. I'll show you guys my bookshelf. It's really cute. My little bookshelf. It's got my books. So I got a fan. It's right here. I have it on low so it's not too loud for the microphone, but I have a fan, and it's not so bad in here when I have the fan blowing on me. It's still like 93 degrees, I think, last I checked, so it's still pretty freaking hot. But I've got these nets over my windows in my car so the bugs can't come in and the breeze can come through, and it kind of makes it a little shaded so people can't really see through unless they're really trying to see through. So I've got the windows down halfway so that the air can flow through both the front and the back seat. And I've got the fan on, so it's not so bad. I'm not like cooking in an oven or anything like that, and I'm drinking a lot of water, and I got my fan on so the air's circulating in here. So if I get too hot, I can go sleep in my tent, but honestly the energy in here is just nice. And I like the campground. The campground's nice, but it's like it's a campground. It's not like, oh, I gotta come back here with my family. It's nice. It's got a nice lake. It's a really nice lake. I went swimming. I took 2 swims. I went in the first time, floated for a bit. That was nice to be able to just float and not have any pressure on anything for a while. And then I got out and I sat with my back to the sun with my hat on so I wouldn't burn, and caught up on my social media things while after I cooled off. I was like, I gotta cool off. I was like dizzy, and I could feel my skin cooking, and I was sweating buckets of sweat, and like so much sweat, so much. Like I was dripping with sweat. You would think I just stepped out of a sweat lodge. I was so bad. So I dunked myself twice. Debating what my plan is for tomorrow. I'm kind of playing it by ear to see how hot it is when I wake up and how early I wake up. I'm tempted to set an alarm because yesterday I was expecting to wake up earlier than I did, but I also went to bed way later than I did because I stayed up to talk to my husband because I really missed him. I think tonight I'm just going to pass out early after I finish recording this video. I'm not even editing any of these. You guys probably aren't even going to see these, unfortunately, until days after this because I've been too tired to edit every night by the time I park. So there's a good chance none of the editing's gonna happen until I actually get to Arizona and I'm actually settled where I'm gonna go. I am mentally doing good. I made some video blogs earlier in the day, which you saw before this. And after that, I didn't really have a whole lot it was so hot, guys. I don't even know what I was thinking about this whole drive, in all honesty. I don't think I thought about anything from after that video entry. I think I processed a little bit more and thought about a little bit more, and I came to some conclusions about some things. After that point, when it got to a certain hotness of the day, like when it started to get really warm and I had to start alternating between the air conditioner and having the window down, because the air conditioner can get it kind of cool in here, but the window gets the airflow going, and I love the airflow. So, and honestly, I will say, even though Ohio is the most boring state to drive through, it smelled good. Like parts of Ohio, when I rolled the window down, it smelled so fragrant and nice. I was like, ooh, it smells good. I don't know what it was smelling half the time, but it smelled wonderful. It was nature. But yeah, Ohio smelled good. So I wanted the window down. So I drove with the window down for as long as I could stand the heat, and then I would roll it back up and put the air conditioner on to cool off again. But yeah, tomorrow we're gonna play it by ear and see what happens. Today, I keep losing my train of thought. I'm sorry, I'm so goddamn tired. Where I was going with that was, after that video entry, I just blasted my iPod and started belting out music the rest of the way. That's all I did, because that's all I wanted to do. I was tired of thinking and processing, and I just wanted to let it out. So, I listened to my road trip playlist on shuffle repeat. I have a list of songs that I added to a playlist just for this trip. And I thought it was a pretty decently long playlist, but apparently not, because I've listened to that thing so many times now that I'm sick of some of the songs. Because I've heard some of them so many times now. So I took it off the playlist, and I'm just listening to my whole iPod now. And if anybody doesn't know, my iPod I have had for a long time. This iPod is like a soundtrack of my life from high school on. It's got songs on there. Actually, no, it's even got songs on there from my childhood growing up. So I can't even say that. This is a soundtrack of my life. There's songs on there that I remember listening to on record with my dad growing up. There's also songs on there from breakups, from ex-boyfriends, from high school up. There's songs on there that I listened to that were wedding songs. There's songs on there that remind me of best friends. There's songs on there that remind me of breakups. It's a soundtrack for my life. There's songs on there that I remember dancing to in clubs. So I'm just listening to the soundtrack of my life on this road trip on shuffle, and I never know what I'm gonna get because I literally listen to everything. And
hey guys, future Jasmine here. I'm gonna be honest with you. I could go on a rant here and talk about how I weave in and out of traffic listening to music for 3 minutes. So I'm just gonna cut ahead for you. You're welcome.
so yeah, today was mostly driving on highways and getting used to the feel of changing lanes a lot. Normally I'll just get over in a lane and I'll stay there because I don't feel safe. The only thing that still kind of gives me anxiety is when I get...
And now I ramble on for another 2 minutes about how I get anxiety sometimes still when I get sandwiched between concrete barriers and tractor trailer trucks. But I am long-winded and I ramble a lot. I am so sorry.
I might go see a mechanic when I get to Arizona because my brakes are squeaking and they're driving me nuts, and I know there's nothing wrong with my brakes. because I took it to a mechanic before leaving Maine and asked them to inspect my car very thoroughly because I'd be going to Arizona. And I told them that my brakes were squeaking to check them. And they checked them thoroughly and they were like, there's nothing wrong with your brakes. Everything works good. Everything looks great. Your brake pads have plenty of brake pad left and your calipers work great. They're like, they're just cheap brakes. Cheap brakes squeak. And I was like, great. So I'm just stuck with squeaky brakes, which on the highway, that's not a huge deal because I'm pacing myself enough from the people in front of me that I haven't had to really brake a whole lot. And I've been on cruise control most of the time. And I've gotten really good at using the little buttons on my steering wheel that like increase and decrease the speed on your cruise control. So I've gotten really good at like pushing those buttons to increase and decrease the speed without having to hit my brake at all. So that's been really nice. The only time I've had to hit my brake has been a couple times people have kind of dove in front of me and like I was going pretty quickly, but didn't get too close to anybody. I hit the brakes so much yesterday when I wasn't on the highways, when I was taking like all these back country roads. I had to brake so much and so much stuff in the back of my car got tossed everywhere yesterday. Today, it was smooth sailing because I was on the highways the whole time. So, although I will say the one thing I don't like about driving on the highways is it's not very scenic. You don't get to see much because a lot of the times the highways are either going out through the middle of nowhere where it's just fields, or it's like down in a cul-de-sac kind of thing and its walls are built up so you can't like see anything around you at all except for like trees and bushes, and you're like, what's out there? Don't know, there's a wall of earth. So yeah, that's this downside of being on the highway, is that we don't really get to see a whole lot, unfortunately. I got a lot of driving done. Got through the frickin' state of Ohio, which took forever, and it was so fucking dreadfully boring, but yeah. I think I'm gonna cut the video here because we're at 29 minutes almost. So, and I want my fan back on, so I'm gonna go to bed. I am gonna try to do some meditation and fall asleep. I'm gonna put my earbuds in because there's a campsite that came in after me just a couple sites over, and they've got like a big family with some kids and they're kind of loud. So they had some like really loud rap music going earlier, and I was like, oh, I don't want to sit out here and listen to this. So I crawled in my car so I don't have to listen to it. So I'm going to do some meditating and then I'm going to go to bed, and then we are going to see what the morning brings. Good night, my friends.